This is W2FJH bringing up the STNY digital voice net on Grandma's Talk with 31367, Wires X Room 83721, and on Zoom. The primary purpose of the STNY digital voice net is to help foster an active digital voice community in the southern tier of New York and to provide a forum for those that are interested or have questions regarding various digital voice topics. While this net is primarily for the southern tier, all stations are more than welcome to check in. This net meets weekly on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Again, the call is Whiskey 2 of Foxtrot Juliet Hotel, and the name here is Frank. We'll first go standby for any stations with emergency or priority traffic. Please call now. Okay, nothing heard there. If there is any emergency or priority traffic during this net, please give a call sign followed by the word break spoken 2 times. Please leave a 4 to 5 second pause between transmissions for breaking stations or for those who wish to disconnect the talk group. This is a directed net, and the format will follow announcements, questions, and comments. This net utilizes NetLogger, which can be found at netlogger.org. NetLogger is not required, and we will take additional voice checking. For more information about this net or to join the Zoom meeting, please visit stnydmr.net. That's Sierra Tango November Yankee Delta Mike Romeo.net. You can also find us on 73.net. That's Sierra Echo Victor Echo November numeric number 3.net. This net will prioritize short time mobile in and out or emergency power stations, followed by NetLogger check-ins, followed by voice check-ins. We currently do have 2 stations checked into NetLogger, so the net would like to recognize KC9HEK, Brian, and AI6IG, John. When checking in, please give your call sign, your name, and your location. So let's take a standby for any stations that are short time, mobile, in and out, or emergency power. Please call out. Okay, nothing heard there. So let's open up for any station that would like to check in this evening. Please call now.
10-2 NCB, Paul, Owego, New York.
All right, and I would like to recognize Paul, NCB, Paul from Owego, New York. Is there any other station to join this evening? Please call now. This is November 2, Quebec Foxtrot Delta, now in Elmira, New York. All right, we also have N2 at QFD now from Elmira, New York. So let's kick things off. If there's any announcements for this net, please call now. All right, nothing heard there, and I didn't have any announcements myself offhand. So let's move on to questions. If there's any questions for this net, please call now. All right, nothing heard there either, so we will kick things off with comments. And I talked to AI6IG just before the net here. So our net topic, he was wanting to talk about the W0CHP dashboard. I believe Ed at ETW had also suggested that on 7.3, but he had installed it and was taking a look at it. So he was wondering if anybody else has used it and if what their experiences are with it, how they like it. So first on my list is KC9HEK. Brian, how was your week there?
This is KC9HEK. Good evening, Frank. Good evening to the rest of the group. I've read about that software, and one of the comments in the write-up said that it may have lagging performance if you've got a high zero, which is what I do. So although a lot of the features sounded interesting, I've been just a little reluctant to install that. But if anybody else has installed it that's here on the net tonight, I'd certainly love to hear from them. I'll turn it back to you, Frank. This is KC9HEK.
Yeah, very good there, Brian. Yeah, I think AI6IG, who's up next, has installed there, but I didn't know if you wanted to give any additional comments about how your week was this week. I guess kind of a secondary topic was might be how everybody I guess fared, I can't think of the word there, but fared out with the smoke from Canada coming down. I know there's at least in a week ago here, there was definitely some yellow skies and some creepy looking suns in the evening there. So, and then back over to you there, Brian, just to see how your week went.
Well, aside from the smoke, a couple days this week, it's been a frustrating week trying to get a Hustler 6 BTV tuned up. I've been struggling with that all week, and I just cannot seem to get the 10 meters and the 15 meter portion down to where I'd like it to be. Other than that, it's been a good week. Other than that, the smoke. So I'll turn it down to the next person in the group, which I believe is AI6IG, if I'm correct. This is KC9HEK.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't hearing anything on my end there. But AI6IG, W2FGH with the STNY digital voicemail. You're there, John, or maybe you have some technical difficulties, so we'll do another go here.
Yeah, I'm still here, Frank. I'm talking about this WPSC dashboard, and I ended up having a problem with it because I had it set up for two different methods, YSF as well as DMR, and the YSF is interfering all of a sudden for the first time. So I just switched over to DroidStar. 928 Are coming through okay? Frank, I seem to be having some problems.
Very good. I did catch that you said that there was a YSF DMR, and yes, I know that can that threw me off before. I don't think that's anything with the dashboard. I think it's with the new dashboard. I think it's even with just PyStar, because if YSF comes in at the same time whoever comes in first is the one that breaks through, and it can kind of interfere. Whereas Brandmeister has a hold off timer of 5 minutes. So once the talk group starts talking, no other talk groups can come in for 5 minutes at least. But with the YSF in there too, they can jump right in the middle of a queue. So I know that can be annoying, but we will come back to you for more comments there, because I know you kind of got cut off. So. All right, next on my list is N2NCB. Paul, how was your week there? Really, we don't have too many folks with kind of difficulties. I was trying to hand it over to N2NCB. Paul, let's give it another go to see if you're still with us there.
Yeah, I'm still here into NCB. Hello, Frank and all. Can you hear me, Frank?
Yep, that's affirmative there, Paul. Yeah, I always was wondering if I was having technical difficulties, because it might have been the second person I didn't hear back from. But yeah, I usually keep I keep Droid Star off on the side, just so I know that I'm actually getting through if I see my call sign pop up, and I know I made the round trip. So I was wondering what was going on there. But yeah, tell us how your week was there, Paul.
Okay. Hello again, Frank and all into NCB here. Well, kind of lost it here with AI6IG. He was talking along, and then there was some strange stuff going on, and then there was complete silence on my end, and on the rig it came up as a missed call, whatever that means. Never seen that before. But anyway, just like the weather earlier in this week, we got a new grill, and it needed to be put together, but I wasn't working out in that stuff this week. So yesterday afternoon got that put together, and had our first dinner on the grill. I think everything turned out okay. At least I didn't get any complaints. So that's a good sign. So we're looking forward to what this is, an actual grill like you would see in a restaurant type, only it's outside. And pretty much a normal week otherwise, aside from the weather. Is mother used to ask me, why don't you write me more when I was in college? And said, Bob, there's not much to write about. You go to school, you do homework, and you go to sleep, and somewhere in between you have some meals. But one day is the same as the next. So with that, we'll turn it back to you, Frank. Take care, all. Into NCB.
Hey, very good there, Paul. And yeah, I hear you. Someday, not so exciting some weeks and everything, but yeah, it's definitely with the smoke coming down. The wife wanted to get her flower bed put together, so we did do that kind of outside. But other than that, we made sure to keep baby inside, and limited how many times she even went outside during all of that. It was a pretty nasty week there. But all right, next on my list is N2 with QFD. Mal, how was your week there? Hey, Frank, and to the net. I was wondering how your daughter was doing, and glad to hear you kept the exposures to a minimum. It was kind of nasty, and it laid in thick in Elmira for a couple of days. I had some outside chores that were similar, and we kind of did them early, and then just hid from the haze. The net topic, the W0CHP dashboard. I looked it up. It looks pretty neat. Haven't tried it myself. I've been playing with banana pies lately, and banana pie has a significant difference in the architecture of how it interfaces with hardware, I believe. If I understand it right. So it doesn't really work with the Pi Star software yet. So I keep my eyes out for something that'll interface with the banana pie. But right now they're just nice single board computers for other projects. It was my brother's birthday this week, so we were down in the valley celebrating with him and the folks. It was nice to see everybody while we had a break in the weather too, if you want to call smoke screen the weather. And I think I'm going to give him one of my side project banana pies to maybe drive some of his agricultural projects. He likes greenhouse stuff. So that's about it on this end. Here's N2QSD. Back to that. Yeah, very good there, Mal. And yeah, I was also looking up the banana pies because the raspberry pies were so expensive. And, they look like some pretty good single board computers. But yeah, for the purpose of ham radio and the MMDVM, hotspots boards, it didn't seem like they were there quite yet. And yeah, I think we should have some more well, I want to say diversity in the hardware, because we kind of saw what it was that when the prices of Pi Stars went up, it wasn't good. So definitely for having more supported boards. Okay, let me circle back to AI6IG, see if John is with us there. So let's go back to AI6IG. John, how was your week there?
Okay, I think I'm coming in now. Lessons learned with this new setup. As you mentioned, YSF, SCS, FCS. Somebody jumped in with a long transmission just as you called for me, and I could not get control back. So I basically turned that piece off. And while it was resetting, that's when you moved on to the next person. In the meantime, I jumped over to the Android app and started to get in, but things got all balanced up again. I like this front end to the MMDVM board, which is essentially what it is. One of the nice things about it, and I just learned a good lesson, I need to set it, you're able to set up profiles. So I can call for a profile. I could have a YSF profile, a separate DMR profile, a separate D-Star profile, PX25, whatever. And then you can just reset it on the fly without rebooting. So, lesson learned, that's what I'm going to be doing. Let me reset here. Meanwhile, the weather here has been good. We've had some cool weather for a change for this time of year. High 70s, low 80s. Supposed to get a big thunderstorm tonight. That should be interesting. Other than that, my only big plans right now is I think I'm going to be back in the southern tier in about 3 weeks, the way it looks, for a couple of months, and then I have to head back here. So that's my plans. That's what's going on. AI6NG.
Hey, very good there, John. And yeah, I'll definitely have to check into that dashboard some more. I haven't gotten some time to switch things over there just yet. But it does sound interesting. And yes, on the big storm, finally we got some rain here in the southern tier, and my yard is not brown anymore. All the brown spots is actually starting to green back up again, and I haven't had to mow the lawn in like 2 weeks. And I think tomorrow I'm going to have to get back out there and mow the lawn So, but all right, this is W2FJH with the STNY Digital VoiceNet, and let's see if there's any additional stations that would check in this evening. Please call now.
November 2, November Romeo Alpha, Cliff.
Kilo, November Oscar 3 Kilo, Rick, Augusta, Georgia.
Right, then I would like to recognize N2NRA, Cliff. I didn't catch the location there. It says it's coming up Waverly, New York here on line here. Or at least QRZ pulling it up. But also then I'd like to recognize NO3K. I caught Rick, I saw that you did say Georgia, but I don't think Evans was the city you said. I think it was something else there. But you guys are checked in there, and we will first off also, just by the way, we were talking about the W0CHP dashboard as a net topic. If anybody has tried it out, what you think of it, what your feedback is on it, and if it's worth installing. So, as kind of a secondary topic, we were talking about the smoke coming down from the Canadian wildfires and how everybody kind of panned out with having the yellow foggy skies some days of this week. So we'll hand it off to N2NRA.
Yes, this is Cliff in Waverly. Introduced to DMR. My son answered UFG mail, introduced me to it. And with the smoke particulates, they say you should wear N95 mask at least because the particulates are so small it can get into your bloodstream and harden the arteries. So we don't want to do that. And like I said, maybe some rain tonight, and looking forward to rain on Monday. This is N2NRA back to that.
Hey, very good there, Cliff. And I don't believe you've checked in before. I think you just said that Mal had introduced you to this there. And maybe you didn't catch the intro kind of to this net. But we do have a website. It's STNYDMR.net. That's Sierra Tango November Yankee Delta Mike Romeo.net. Has a lot of information there. I know Ed NHW also has some calendars there if you were looking into joining other nets. He has a lot of digital voice nets, both for DMR and for Yaesu System Fusion. So definitely a lot of resources there just to explore there. All right, next on my list is NO3K. Rick, how was your week there?
Right. The week here has been beautiful. We're actually camping. We camp most every weekend, and we just had a gorgeous weekend. It's been about 79 to 84 degrees, a little bit about 5 degrees cooler than seasonal. And I'm new to DMR, having just been introduced to DMR on the last day of the Dayton Ham Test, where my YL K1UTE convinced me I needed to try the DMR. She didn't take much convincing, but I'm learning quite a bit. I've been trying some of the nets that are listed. Some of them, I don't know whether my net list is a little bit old on the just get it off of the web. But this one was mentioned as being a particularly active and interesting one, and I'm glad I managed to get on. So anyway, I'll return it back to the net, and this is November Oscar 3 Kilo.
Pretty good there, Rick. And yeah, thanks, Cliff and Rick, for joining. Yeah, this is a kind of technical net. We do typically have the net on this talk group. And if anybody has any questions or they're having problems or kind of they're hitting some speed bumps of DMR and they just can't kind of figure some things out, we typically do move the conversation over to Zoom afterwards. We haven't we haven't been recently because of the summer months. A lot of people, they're not really exploring, and really taking a deep dive into DMR. But if you guys are, definitely let us know, and we can always put a afternet tech topic. We can talk on Zoom and just kind of walk through if there's any problems you're having or what you're experiencing, or just general questions. You can also ask during the net. So definitely welcome here, and enjoy DMR. There's definitely a lot to learn, but it is very fun. So. All right, this is W2FJH with the STNY Digital Voice Net, and let's take our standby here for any additional stations that would like to check in this evening. Please call now. Okay, nothing heard there, so let's take a final call here for any additional stations that would like to join this evening, or any stations that have checked in with any additional comments, questions, or concerns. Please call now. All right, and then we will wrap things up here. So I'd like to thank Brian, John, Paul, Mal, Chris, and Rick for joining this evening. We'll be returning this talk group back to normal amateur radio use. So everybody have a great and safe week there. This is W2FGH, and I'll be listening. W2FJH, here is N2QFD. N2QFD, W2FJH. Hey, how's it going there? Hey, Frank, I just wanted to jump in again. My dad made it into the net
November Oscar 3 Kilo listening. This is November Oscar 3 Kilo. Rick in Evans, Georgia. Am I, is anybody hearing me on this Zoom channel? W2FJH. This is November.
Offense software for workplace charm. So thanks again. You guys kept me on the right track, and I didn't give up on the project. N2QSD.
It's always a challenge, especially when you're jumping from, nowadays with digital, you jump from format to format, Wires X to Fusion to YSF to D-Star to DMR over to P25. Everybody has their hands full. There's no doubt about it. And then, when you have different code bugs, it doesn't help. So great. That's it. He sounded perfect. I mean, he came in loud and clear. That's excellent. AS6IG.
So we do actually. Yeah, now that's great. You got everything working there, and also did. You said you two were talking over the Southern Tier Talk, which also did want to mention again. I think you already know, but we do have the Wires Extra 83721 for any of those folks that you might also want to talk to there, and they already got Wires X. Well, they already got Yaesu products, which is typically tied in with Wires X. They can also jump in that way. We haven't kind of too utilized yet. I've seen a few people check in to it, but they usually check in 1 week and then we never hear from them again. So I would definitely like to have some more people checking in to the Wires X side, or since you're out in the Elmira way, there I know there are a few Wires X repeaters in the area that are typically set onto the other Southern Tier Fusion Net talker. Well, it's not a talker, it's a Wires X, it's a room. But if you happen to know any of the repeater owners, they are more than welcome to join the STNY room, and that would also communicate over the bridge with DMR. But I know that there are some contracts or something that they do that they apparently have to stay in that room, but that's But anyways, that was kind of our olive branch. Anybody who is on the Wires X with repeaters, or if you own some products that we can at least still communicate over that. I'm not too familiar with D-Star, but anybody, if we could get a D-Star bridge too, that'd be nice. But it's kind of how far do you go? So, yeah, it's great. It's working for you there, Mel, and thanks again, John, for all your help as well. So W2FJH, I guess I'll hand it back over to N2QFD. Very good, guys. I don't know too many. I'll have to check in. 8030. I can't think of Denny's call sign. That's Mead. There's a couple of guys in the valley, and I think they're starting to get into more DMR, and they've done some of the fusion side stuff, Yaesu Fusion, and I understand digital in the greater Elmira recording regions really mostly fusion. I don't know any of the players right here at this point. But I will pass it along if I run into them. And it would be nice to get a little more cross traffic. Although it's one more thing for the chain to break. But if we needed to call each other, we find another way. This is for fun. So that's what I always tell my fighting with piece of technology. This is a hobby. So, time to clear out of here. Catch up with the wife. And we'll say 7-3 to you guys. Here's N2QSP. And we'll say 7-3 to you guys. Here's
QSP, real quick before you go.
Count.
Look up N2OJ Elliott Blofeld. And he is one of the lead people with Flyers X, ARAS, Southern Care Club. And he's a very helpful guy, real good guy. N2OJM.
Very helpful guy, real good guy. N2OJM. Will do. I haven't talked to Elliot in a while. Seems like I've run into him at field day. I have a Morse code key will travel, so they always clear off the space for me if I show up at the club on field day.
How'd Josie like her sandwich?
Left on that plate.
W2 update. I'm going to clear out of here and join in on the Zoom meeting. But just wanted to say similar to both of them, Al and John. It's a pretty topic as always, and yeah, there's no. I know Elliot. I've been down there for field day, met him. He's a great guy down there. But yeah, there's no. If you happen to know anybody with Wires X, or you happen to know one of the repeater owners that might be interested in also joining in on the net or allowing their repeaters to help, other people who are on Yasu get into the net. If not, no big deal. I know we're pretty heavy on Yasu and Yasu territory too, so just always trying to give the olive branch of like, hey, we can kind of merge these, digital voice technologies together, and this way we're not kind of segmented into, this is the D-Star group, this is the Wires X group, this is the DMR group. We're all hams, and it's all supposed to be fun. So we're all amateurs too. We're all making mistakes. But all right, I wanted to say 7-3 to you guys. I'll let you guys continue. I'm going to join in on Zoom. So W2FTH, I'll be clearing you guys the final.
November Oscar.
November Oscar 3 kilo. November Oscar 3 kilo. Fire away there. Yeah, that's Rick. Sorry, I'm not. I had to jot down names here, but yeah, Rick. I was just. I thought you were on Zoom there. I was just going to say hi and welcome to the net there. But we'll let you go there. I think Mal might have left us, but maybe AI 6IG is still around. John to say hi there.
Okay. No, I
what I was trying to figure out, since I'm new to this, I was kind of interested in
the talk groups that connect to the other system, the system fusion and wires and the D-Star. And one thing I've noticed is, even though I seem to connect to the talk group that's supposed to connect
to those, I get dead silence, even on
be really active.
So I'm wondering whether or not
that's listed,
whether some of those nets that are listed on the active Netflix may not in fact be active. I'm not really sure. Is there
whether activity
to see if there's activity on those?
AI6IG, I can answer that. If you go to the Brandmeister website, they have an interface where you can either, I forget what it's called, I'm not logged into it right now, but essentially you can watch which talk groups are the most active. And it's not uncommon. You can see talk groups. Nobody ever logs into it except you. It's available, it's there, it works, but you're the only person there. So the Brandmeister site has the interface to show you which ones are active at the moment. AI6IG. Ones are active at the moment. AI6IG.
Yeah, we do have JH. Yeah, also there, I just wanted to note that we actually discussed this on this net, and I wasn't aware of it, but I think AI6IG, John, or I believe he was the one, I haven't looked up last term, my notes, but I believe he mentioned that the quad net, there is under the what's new for the quad net, they are no longer bridging with Brandmeister. So the Brandmeister talkers will not connect into the quad net array anymore. So that might be why you're hearing dead silence, because that talk group is only for the DMR talk group. But yes, as John mentioned, there is also if you go to brandmeister.network, you can actually go to the last heard. You can kind of see what talk groups are talking, but honestly, another way of doing it is actually how I also type the output actually in through Zoom, and for any recording that we do. If you go to hose, that's Hotel Oscar Sierra Echo dot brandmeister.network. You don't have to even have a rig, right? Anybody, not him, can even use this. It will show you all the talk groups that are 5 digits or less on there, but you can also type in any 6, 7 digit ones. But you can actually click on any of these boxes here, and actually it will start playing just a listen only version of that talk group. So you can always try to find what's happening right now. Like I just see one in Michigan, 3126 talk group. There's somebody actively speaking right now as we're talking. So, but I'll hand it back over to you there. And over 3K W2FTH.
Yeah, real quick, AI6IG. That's what I couldn't remember there. Brandmeister calls it the hose line, which I always thought was each name. They basically spread it out to everybody. They just spray the hose. They basically spread it out to everybody. They just spray the hose.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's useful. I need to go ahead. I saw the listing where they mentioned the
but I-
hose net, but I have no idea how to link into that.
Part of
It's
the original code plug that I had set up. But time to do some more research. Thank you so much. I enjoyed your net very much. Longer Levy Go, there's no Oscar Kilo camping along the lake in Augusta, Georgia, and have a great
you guys have a great rest of the day. November, clear, and out.
Yeah, just real quick, the hose line you don't really get to through the PyStar application. You actually have to go to the Brandmeister web interface, through your browser. And they have a link to the hose line right on the front page.
I know 3K. Yeah, that's also what I was going to mention there. Look at, you don't have to have a radio, you don't have to have a code plug, you don't have to have a hotspot. Just take out your cell phone and point your browser to hose.brandmeister.network. That's all you have to do. You can do it on a PC, Windows, Mac, tablet, whatever you have. Just point it there, and you can click on one of the boxes. It'll show you which ones are actively playing, and you can listen in anytime, day or night. So, hand it back over to you there. And NOCK, I know you were going. Hopefully, you caught the last transmission there, but thanks for taking another moment of your time. I'll let you go after this. So, and NO3K W2FTH.
All right, Frank.
All right, Frank. Thank you very much. And to all of you, I appreciate the help to a newbie.
November Oscar.
This is November Oscar 3 Kilo with K1 UTE.
And 7 degrees to all. To all, good night. No 3K clear. You like my sign off? Was it good?
Hey, 73 is there, Rick, and 73 is there to you now as well as or sorry, John, getting your names confused. 732 to John as well. Yeah, 6IG. I'll hand it over to you, and I'll be W2 after H. I'll be clearing the final.
Oh, look at her breathe. Downside as it will be. This might turn out to be the last delightful weekend we get for a while.
Why not every weekend we come out and we say, this is so nice.
Right, but it's nice in a different way.